Hello guys, it's me Sanjay here. Warmly welcome you all for this. So if you are really excited for today's session, all people just post excited Sanjay in your comment section. While talking about the PCB design process, so these are the some process which you all have to remember. Number one is to build the schematic, guys. What is the schematic? Okay. Wait a minute. I have to tell you one important thing before talking about anything like this, guys. Person person without hardware knowledge. So person without hardware knowledge who's doing PCB design, design in a tool is equivalent to kids working on the paint. Okay, guys, is it really make sense? Okay, it might be harsh for some people, but it is a open, honest truth. Okay, is it really make sense? If it really makes sense, you just post make sense Sanjay in your live chat. Imagine if you're working in a company where they are giving you the circuit by drawing in a paper or something. If you are doing the PCB design in the KiCad or Altium or anything, that is equivalent to kids doing or kids using paint tool, guys. Why I really mention this is please equip yourself in hardware. So while talking about the hardware, that hardware knowledge is very, very essential. For an example, first of all, you need to know about all the working principle of the components. Okay, so while talking about the components, it's like includes all the active components and passive components, all these things which is required. And second very important thing which is required is circuit knowledge. Okay, the circuit design knowledge, which is really, really required. And the formulas and equation knowledge. Okay, so formulas and equation in the sense like where you have to know how can we able to determine the voltage, how can we able to determine the current, like that formulas and equation knowledge, which is also highly required for all the components, for all components. Okay, so that formulas and equation knowledge, which is also a very, very essential, like to calculate something or to derive something. Okay, and third important thing, choosing the right component. Okay, that knowledge is also really, really required. And then circuit design knowledge is also required. And hardware debugging. Okay, so while talking about the hardware debugging knowledge, you have to know how to fix the issue, like if it is anything is happening. Like hardware debugging in the sense like short checking or any voltage fluctuation changes, all these hardware debugging knowledge, which is all really, really required. So hardware debugging is like finding the shorts, okay, finding shorts and finding the reason of fluctuation. Okay, so reason of fluctuation and finding the reason of heat. Okay, so finding the reason of the more heat dissipation, or finding the reason of finding the reason of bursting the component. Okay, component burst, sometimes it will burst, it will do. So component burst and finding the components and hardware's lifetime. Okay, whenever you are building a product, you need to know how that product or how the component can be selected, so that all these things you all have to be aware of. Or finding the components change in behavior. Okay, it might be any changes like voltage changes or something. So that and all is the knowledge we need to acquire. And also very importantly, debugging tool knowledge or debugging equipment knowledge. So while talking about the debugging equipment knowledge, which is like, of course, the first one is going to be a multimeter, and then what? And then definitely your oscilloscope or DSO or oscilloscope. Okay, so oscilloscope knowledge is also required. And then maybe like logic analyzer for protocol analysis or something. Okay, so logic analyzer and maybe like signal generator sometimes if it is required. Otherwise, yeah. So these are all the knowledge you all need to acquire. Okay, without these things, definitely just working on the PCB design is not gonna make you to become an expert in it. Okay, if this talk is really valuable for you, you just post valuable. Okay, so always we have to work on this a lot rather than the tool, because learning tool is easy. We can able to do it faster and we can able to make it mastered very easily. But mastering hardware, that component side, which is where you need to we need to work parallelly. Okay, so even though you guys are learning a PCB design, spend more time on these category, guys. That's what the thing which is going to make you to stand out of the crowd. So the first is schematic. So guys, while talking about the schematic, we are going to draw the circuit diagram in the PCB design software. Okay, where you will be bringing up one by one component and you will be connecting it. That's what the schematic is. And after the schematic, we will be doing the next thing is called the ERC. ERC is like electrical rule check. Okay, like once the schematic part, everything has been done. So ERC, which is going to be helpful for checking out whether all the components has been connected properly in the schematic or not. That's what the ERC, which is electrical rule check. And then the second one, which is going to be the placement, because yeah, I think there are a lot of steps are missed. Okay, I'll just add it up. So first one, which is going to be the schematic design, and second one, which is going to be a ERC, guys. While talking about the ERC, which is electrical rule check. Okay, so because it is going to be helpful for checking whether each and every component is being connected properly and is the power and ground, which is all properly done or not. So that's what the ERC is all about. That's what the second step. And third one, which is going to be like footprint mapping. So while talking about the footprint mapping or footprint designing sometimes. So footprint is like, we don't know like how much width the component is, how much height the component is, how much thickness the component is. So it should be placed properly, that dimension at all which is required. So then only it can able to be placed properly in the board. So that's why footprint mapping, which is very, very essential. That's going to be the third important step. And fourth one, which is going to be placement. So why the placement is required? Because you need to place each and every component where it should be placed. Like it should be present at the left corner or right corner. The IC should be at the center and the connectors and all should be at the edges. So that's what the fourth point, where all the components need to be placed properly. And after the placement has been done, then we will be doing a routing. This is where the copper is going to play a role. Where even though these gray color small lines are thin lines are just imaginary line which has been connected in the schematics, just as a reference line. But now it's time to draw copper, because you can see here in this imaginary line, one line is crossing another line. But we can't draw the copper line like this. Definitely that connection will be colliding each other. So that's why the routing is the place without colliding with another lines. So we need to draw the route properly between one component with another. That throughout is nothing but the copper lines. Okay, that's what the routing need to be done. Okay, so after the routing, what we all have to do is we need to do a DRC. So DRC is like a design rule check, because after completing a schematic, we done a ERC. Same as like after completing the it's like routing, we need to check out for the DRC, which is a design rule check. And after that, here, okay, so after that, here we really need to have, the jobbers. So because once the DRC, everything which has been found out, or once everything has been fixed, and then what you can do is you can able to do the silk screen stuffs and all, because you want to draw the logos and all, right? So the logos and giving a proper text for the components and those things. So you can just draw the silk screen and those things of the for the every components, and then you can create the Gerber files. Okay, where the Gerber files is the file which you need to give it to the companies for the PCB manufacturing. So that's what the Gerber file, which is all need to be generated. Gerber files and drill files and all. What is that drill files is? Because sometimes in the board you need to have a the holes and all. Because remember, you will be doing schematic, layout, lot of things. You should not share all these files to the production. Instead, you need to generate the Gerber files. That is the file you need to give for the production. So that company will manufacture the product or manufacture the PCB by using the Gerber file which you are giving to them. Okay. So that is what it's all about. Okay. And after that, the production. So while talking about the production, they will be manufacturing the PCB and they will just give it to us. And once the PCB is being manufactured, and we will do all the assemblies and those things. So we will be doing all the assemblies, like we will assemble the components and we will solder it and those things. And then we will be doing, like testing and all. Okay, testing each and every component, how it has been placed and like whether it is working or not, programming and testing. So that's what we will be doing right there. Okay, and then you will be pasting the QC pass sticker. Okay, if there is an issue, okay, like if there is an issue, again we will be revising the product. Okay, revising the product. If there is any issue, okay, if there is any issue or something, okay, and then you will do all the other stuffs again, and then you will stick out that like QC pass sticker. Okay, so QC pass sticker you will be sticking out in that, and then you will move it for the shipping guys. Okay, that's what the whole product manufacturing, how it is gonna looks like. Okay, that's how the PCB design process is all gonna be. Okay, so I hope you guys really got this. So that's how the PCB design process is gonna be. Like quality check. Okay, Sanju, it is a quality check where we will be checking out all the components, and if it really worked well, and you will be sticking out the QC pass sticker and you will be moving for the shipments. Okay, so this is what the fundamentals of the PCB design, which we guys have covered right today.